Previously on the Rod Pedersen Show.
Talking about a guy that's a mythical figure in Western Canada, and on his way to that status is Cale Makar. Tell us something about Cale Makar. He is like the face of the Alberta Junior Hockey League now in the Brooks Bandits and Calgary too. He's our Cale. What do you love about this guy besides the obvious?
You know, I love his attitude, honestly, Rod. When he first came in, I mean, when he came out of college into that first game against the Flames, you remember back in the postseason, he was a pro then. He behaved like a pro. He took everything incredibly seriously. You know, his mental makeup, his calmness, and his vision and his focus, to me, is just incredible for a young man who's only 23 years old. So I think he was mature beyond his years when he came into the NHL. And then watching his game grow, we know the skating, we know the puck handling, we know the shots, we know everything else. I didn't realize when he first came in, Rod, what a good hitter he is. When he wants to put his shoulder right in your chest and knock you flat on your back, he's able to do that. I guess I didn't know how good defensively he was. It was on display. This was years ago, but it's on display, his growth even in the poke check of McDavid in the Edmonton series, where he picks up McDavid at full speed, but he's going backwards through the neutral zone, you know, turns around in his own end with the poke check. He's just an all-around superstar defenseman at this point.
Get ready for the Rod Pedersen Show. Good morning, Rod Squad.
Maybe tomorrow I'll tell you guys about the big game that I went to in San Antonio with Snoop Dogg. Remember that one, Clark? The Lakers and Spurs? Snoop Dogg and I went, Bob.
How about that?
Snoop Dogg was sitting courtside. I was up in the nosebleeds, but we were in the arena at the same time. I was there with him.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
Hello, Canada and Canadian sports fans around the world. Welcome to the RP Show. It's a brand new week, and I just realized I don't have my bell. But you're looking here on Game Plus Television and YouTube Live saying, well, that's a new look. And indeed it is. We are live from Bearspaw Golf Club and the Rocky Mountain Rotary Golf Classic, the Celebrity Golf Classic. And believe it or not, they've asked us to be here. The Darren Moose DuPont has joined us, the co-host, and he's riding shotgun. It looks like he's in another room, but he's not. He's like 10 feet from me. How you doing? Socially distanced from me. He's survived COVID protocol, and we're here today. I want to thank the Rocky Mountain Rotary for inviting us here. Among the celebrities, it's a very long list, and by name, some of which are going to be dropping on the show today. Some might not, but we know for a fact the iconic Natasha Staniszewski is going to be with us. She, now of Calgary Flames and Calgary Stampeders TV, she's going to be here in hour 2. Sheldon Lasham, our longtime friend, he is with the Rocky Mountain Rotary. He's also with the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. He's their director of entertainment. He's going to drop by, explain why we're here. Jordan Eberle of the Seattle Kraken. And a guy with the name of Bo Levi Mitchell is golfing in the tournament. And I have a sense that Bo Levi is going to come up in our quick 6 show topics here, Moose, in moments.
Okay.
But it's kind of a little thing that everybody's having a little, like your eyes are twinkling like everybody around here. Like, is he going on the show? We don't know.
I know, right? We never know we don't know what's going to happen. That's what's going to be fun today. And we're tucked in a spot here overlooking the course, but you know, all the carts are off to my left, straight away from Rod, where all the golfers will come in, so they'll all see us. There's no doubt he'll see you. It's just a matter of what that interaction looks like.
I feel like almost everybody in the country knows, but a lot of people don't know. There's a long-standing rivalry and feud between the quarterback of the Calgary Stampeders and myself. But not everybody knows. The head coach of the Stampeders his wife wasn't aware of this feud. So anyways, not to belabor this or anything, but they are having fun with it here at Bearspaw, and they said, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to tuck you around the corner, and when Bo shows up, we're going to say, hey, Bo, there's a guy around the corner that wants to talk to you over there. And I think that's what they're going to do. So
How
imagine
about
how
that?
that's going to go, Moose.
Oh, boy.
How about that?
Yeah.
So that's what's coming up. But great work here by our entire crew, Director Jordan, for setting it all up in terms of the look and everything. I think it looks real good. It's fun to be at a golf course, obviously. Bearspaw Golf Club, just outside Calgary is where we're at. But, Darren, you ran a contest yesterday for Father's Day with the RP show, and I've got some contestants here. Would you mind explaining what went down yesterday?
Yeah, so we've got a gift card, Taco Time gift card up for grabs. Just wanted to connect with all of our fans and our viewers on the text line and through social and just say, hey, look, send in your favorite Father's Day photos, past or present, you name it. And there were so many that came in, but we pulled a few of the good ones, and we're going to make the draw this afternoon on who's going to be the winner.
Some randos. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we go. Producer Clark has put together a list, and these are some of the entrants, not all of them, but these are from our Father's Day photo contest. And again, random winner will get a gift card from our friends at Taco Time. So there we go. Cliff Hanselman. That is Cliff and Colby out there in Kelowna. This is Brad Weiss with his dad, Walter. What else we got? Ian Graham. You can tell the Scottish flavor in that, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
Chris Jarl out in BC in Vancouver sent in that photo of him and his dad. Chris in Weyburn is next. How about that? Go, Pats, go. I like that photo. That might be my favorite. Troy Calmer in Toronto. Long time. There's Troy at a Blue Jays game with his pops. Jeff in Hamilton, who watches on Game Plus TV with his crew. Thank you, Jeff, for sending. And then one of our biggest and longtime supporters, Norm Fong. Last but not least, with his daughter Sarah there. How about Normie? I think I was working with the Riders at that time. So that's pretty cool. And how many? There was a lot of photos came in, eh, Moose?
Tons of photos came in. So, again, really appreciate that. And we'll pick a winner here this afternoon and send it out.
All right. So we're broadcasting live from the Rocky Mountain Rotary Celebrity Golf Classic at Bearspaw Golf Club. That's what we're doing. And we'll have some celebrity guests dropping by the program throughout the show. Now, Director Jordan, can you hit the Quick Six show horn, please, as we get back into what we normally do here at the RP show. Did you hear it?
I did not.
Did you hear it? Did you hit it, Jordan? Sometimes it went. Okay, I didn't hear it, but that's okay. So number one, if the Tampa Bay Lightning hope to three-peat as Stanley Cup champions, they'll have to become the first team in NHL history to overcome a 2-0 series deficit to win back-to-back best-of-7 series. The Lightning eliminated the Rangers in the conference final after going down 0-2. Now they trail the Avalanche 0-2 in the Stanley Cup final. Game 3 goes tonight at Amalie Arena, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's a place the Lightning have won 7 straight home games in the postseason. Calgary is a hockey town, Moose. So there's a lot to talk about the Stanley Cup final here. And actually, it leads into our second point, which is the poll question today. I was throwing it up to the guys. Should we talk about Andrei Vasilevsky or should we talk about Game 3 tonight? And clearly, Moose, you felt let's look ahead, not behind. So the poll question today for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center with dealerships across the prairies is, can the Lightning come back and make this a series? I voted yes. Clearly, Darren, it's going to take Game 3 a win tonight for Tampa Bay. Do you think they can even come back? Or are they too far gone in this thing?
No, of course they can come back. This is, no panic mode. And they've lost big games before in the playoffs. It's not often, but they have. I go back to the 5-0 game against Toronto. They went down 0-2 to New York, and they came back. They're going back home, and they could easily just flip this around, win 2 games, and all of a sudden Colorado could be on their heels.
Well, interesting. At press time, 1 out of 10 polls reporting 63% saying no, the Lightning cannot come back. And I love the stats. I'm a stickler for the stats. I think you like him too. No team has ever been down 0-2 in the conference final in Stanley Cup. None. Never. I might tend to go along with that. But teams that go up 2-0 in the Stanley Cup final alone go on to win 90% of the time. I mean, what a steep road. I'm interested, and I hope that Jordan Eberle will be here in time for the golf tournament today, the Seattle Kraken, to get his thoughts on the Stanley Cup final. But listen, I can't go any further without just discussing Andrei Vasilevsky and Game 2. I was flying home, Moose, back to Canada and listening to the game. So I didn't see the goals. I was listening on the SiriusXM app. But it was 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. It wasn't bang, bang, bang. It was all throughout the game. And I guess, forget about the broadcast, I saw the pundits on SportsCenter just ripping John Cooper apart. And if you read my 10 Things column on Sunday, I said, you don't understand what you're talking about, and you shouldn't be ripping John Cooper if you've never coached at any level. I feel that the relationship between a coach and a goalie is similar to a coach and a quarterback. You pull them, right? Or you leave them in.
Yeah.
And in the case of Vasilevsky, they left him in. I thought it was out of respect. He's played every minute of every game for the last 3 years. Why would you pull him now, even though they were down? I thought it was out of respect. And I guess Cooper said afterwards he never even thought about pulling him, despite being down 7-0. What do you think should have happened?
Yeah, no, I think John Cooper made the right call. When you look at the way that game went, it was pretty even throughout the game, the goals. And John Cooper knows his goaltender. There's been multiple occasions where he's allowed 5 or 6 goals in a game. So John knows which buttons he can press, which ones he can't, because Vazzy's always found a way to come back and respond, right? So I have no doubt that he's going to do that again.
Well, just about always. But after game 1, he didn't come back and respond better in game 2. That's the first time that he hasn't.
Yeah.
Literally the first. But again, I think this is between John Cooper and his goaltender, and I saw the analysts saying, I think it was a mistake that he left him in. I'm like, what do you know? You're a newspaper writer.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess I get just a little bit too defensive about that. What are we doing here? Do we have a problem?
I think there's I'm sure they maybe lost my feed here for a second. I don't know if they did.
Okay. Anyways, if I need to keep talking and on my own, okay, they lost Darren's laptop. That's what it is. So anyways, our Stanley Cup coverage on the RP show is brought to you daily by Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. To schedule maintenance or learn more about our services, call 306-781-2090 or visit us at broncoplumbing.com. Huge Avalanche fans there, and they are 2 wins away from collecting their 3rd Stanley Cup title in franchise history. So, yeah, the Moose is scrambling around. Hey, welcome to live television, everybody. This is the way it works. I can handle it on my own. But I have for point 3 simply this, CFL Week 2. And like I said, it's a 1 o'clock p.m. Mountain shotgun here for the golf tournament. So I don't know if Bo Levi is going to be here in time to even go on the show. And God knows he's said how many times he got to say he's not going on. So, again, I've said, hey, Bo, more than anything, I'm just interested in tonight's banquet, which I will be emceeing here at Bearspaw. So we're going to be in the same room. Like the guys from the Rotary, they're like, have you and Bo ever met? And I'm like, no, never met. The only time we've been in the same room is in the same stadium. And the reason I bring this up is I would like to discuss Saturday's biggest comeback. Hey, the Moose is back. Nice work, guys. I mean, where do we start? Here's the scores. We talked about the Argos beating the Alouettes 20-19 and a last-second missed field goal by the Alouettes. Jeff Reinbold came in on Friday and said he just muffed it. There's nothing to be said other than he duffed it. He screwed it up, the kicker for the Alouettes. We talked about that game already. Friday night, Winnipeg beat Ottawa 19-12. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers swept the Ottawa Red Blacks, and I see people saying, are the Red Blacks this good? This good? They're 0-2, bro. I don't care. I don't care how close you lost. And then Saturday, a doubleheader, the Calgary Stampeders. Again, I'm flying home. I'm listening to the game on Sirius XM, surfing Twitter. At one point, it's 24-0 Hamilton over Calgary in Hamilton. And I see people who will remain nameless, but media saying, can we hit 60? Keep going. You don't, a couple things you don't do. You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull on Superman's cape. And you do not count out the Calgary Stampeders, Bo Levi Mitchell or otherwise. And he came back, and the Stampeders won, Moose, in overtime, 30-27. And I think it might be the biggest comeback in CFL history. I was part of the Canada Day comeback, 21 points in 2010, Roughriders and Alouettes. This was more. Did you see anywhere that said it was the biggest comeback in CFL history?
I saw it from you.
We're declaring that it is. We're declaring that it was the biggest comeback in CFL history.
And as you know, like if I hear you say it, I take that's gospel.
Of course.
Right? So I didn't fact check it. I didn't need to. Right? I got to.
Nobody said I was wrong.
Exactly. But, I watched that game and, the people saying 60 points. I mean, yeah, you probably needed to keep scoring. But everything did go right. I mean, you look at the strip. fumble, I guess, the
Dane
strip
Evans,
of Dane
yes.
Evans, and that took back for a touchdown. That's wild. And then just the way the overtime went. But you know what? That's Calgary. And it's not the same Calgary that, every possession they're threatening to score on, but you can't count them out. And this is a team that's dangerous, and they're finding their way, and clearly it's a good start.
Well, and if you were, then I got to Calgary and I watched the highlights on SportsCenter, and I saw the Bo Levi Mitchell ran up to the Sportsnet or the SportsCenter panel. You saw the CFL and TSN panel right after the game, and then I think he did a little bit one of these, to his critics after the game. How many times do I need to tell you that if you keep dumping on him, and different from what I did, that was fun. I felt rivalry stuff.
Yeah.
But you got TSN announcers, you got other CFL play-by-play announcers saying this guy doesn't have what it takes, his injuries are catching up. Jeff Reinbold said that on this show on Friday. The injuries are starting to catch up. All you're doing is firing the guy up. That's a fact. And he goes out and continues to prove it. When are they going to learn?
I know. When are they going to learn? And you almost just, want to not talk about him. No attention. Then he'll go away.
Or pump his head up.
You hope, right? But you know what? The more they want to, talk down to him and say he's finished, I don't want to compare. He's not Tom Brady, right? But he's Tom Brady-esque, right? You tell Tom he's finished. 40 years old, Tom, that's when you're done, right? Oh, yeah. Injuries. You don't come back from injuries, Bo, like this. These types of injuries, watch me. That's what they're thinking. So that's cool.
I agree. Start spreading the news. We're live on Game Plus television across all 10 provinces in 31 states, including my home state of Florida, where they're all watching down there. Tell us what you guys would like us to talk about. We're only 3 points through the quick six here. We haven't even got through all of the CFL games. I'll just say Saturday night, I was able to get into Calgary in time to watch the second half of the Roughriders beating the Edmonton Elks. 26-16. And I just have to say this. Saskatchewan Roughriders 2-0. Open the newspaper today. Ride your dinosaur down to the convenience store and buy your newspaper and open it up. Who's in first place? Saskatchewan. Yet all I hear is, they let Edmonton hang around too long. They took too many penalties. Oh, our center might have broke his leg. It's my commentary today on Cat Country and Rock 98.5. Enjoy the prosperity, because the real adversity is around the corner. Why can't they enjoy being 2-0? I see more negativity than I see positivity.
I know. But it's because they're waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? They're waiting.
Terrible way to live.
Right?
Terrible way to live.
It's like being antsy and just waiting for somebody to come up and take it all away. Just enjoy it, relax. Don't get too cocky with it, because know that it's not going to last forever. But you've got 2 really good weeks here to enjoy being in first place. You should enjoy that.
That's what I'm saying. It's just, if they say you can't stand prosperity or can't stand success, I'm just saying your team is first place and unbeaten. Enjoy it. My guy Cody went in there. He showed up. Chris Jones. There was a chance that he wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He answered the bell. Let's talk about that. I haven't heard anybody talk about how great the quarterback played the other night. So anyways, that's my take on week 2 in the CFL. We've got a lot more to get to with that. I don't know why every time I hear the name Max Verstappen, I want to snap my fingers. It's Max Verstappen. It's not even a race anymore, metaphorically speaking. He cruised to his 6th Formula One win of the season by holding off a late challenge from Carlos Sainz Jr. Did I say that right? Sands. And pulling away in a fairly easy Sunday to drive in the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal. Verstappen started from the pole at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal and wasn't challenged until the final 10 laps by Sands. Mercedes had a tremendous rebound as Lewis Hamilton and George Russell finished 3rd and 4th respectively. 320,000? 338,000 showed up. What's Formula One doing right?
I know, right? They got the secret sauce.
Luxury brands.
Yeah, luxury brands.
You knew who was going to win before he even went, basically.
You did.
I called it, didn't I, last week?
Well, yeah, but I mean, what do you want, a pat on the back for doing what everybody else did?
Should have put, what were the odds?
Yeah, exactly. That's
for Bet Regal.
The sun's going to come up tomorrow, Rod. You watch.
Yeah.
Right? I wonder where Lewis Hamilton is, and I got to talk to some racing people to find out where Lewis Hamilton has gone, because there used to be the rivalry as A year ago, there was a rivalry. Now Lewis Hamilton might as well be retired.
Well, it's fun to get into the new sports and follow things. And the guy I'm referring to, or gesturing to, is Lee Genier, our business guy. And I said, is it the car? Or what is it? Is it the car or the driver? And you said it's the car, didn't you? Basically, we could drive this thing to finishing first in a Formula One. He's the Connor McDavid of racing. Max Verstappen. It's about the show. I got the sense that it's about the show, a la the Kentucky Derby or the NBA.
Yeah.
You know, anyways, we're 4 points through our quick six. We got more to get to. We're broadcasting live from the Rocky Mountain Rotary Charity Golf Classic here at Bearspaw Golf Club. We'll be right back on Game Plus TV, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpeterson.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Peterson Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now.
Are you ready? It's finally time for your next adventure, and it starts at Capital Ford. Custom order the perfect new vehicle for you, or reserve one of the hundreds that's already built and on its way. Can't wait? Get into a pre-owned vehicle that's already on the lot and ready to rock. Plus, the American Export event is back and bigger than ever. We'll send your vehicle south, making you the most money for your trade. Guaranteed. Oh, and for a limited time, all name brand tires are employee priced. Only at Capital Ford Lincoln. Your adventure starts here. Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Roughriders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG. Always delivering the best fan experience. Find us at ddgregina.com.
Calgary, Alberta, here they come. Welcome your Bull Riders.
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep.
A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Peterson Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Peterson Show today.
Cloudy, cool morning here in the foothills. You're looking at the driving range at Bearspaw Golf Club. We're at the Rocky Mountain Rotary Celebrity Golf Classic. And we know for a fact coming up later on in the program, Natasha Staniszewski will be joining us right here. Hopefully some of the other players from the golf tournament. Jordan Eberle won. I think Theo's in it. Lanny McDonald. I guess we'll find out. And, of course, Bo Levi Mitchell of the Calgary Stampeders, which everybody's just giddy, including myself, whether that's going to happen or not. The Moose is here with me as well. You're golfing this afternoon, right, in this thing?
TBD.
There's a chance you might not?
Well, I've heard from you that there's a spot.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Well, your clubs are in the car.
They're in. I came prepared.
In our Capital GMC SUV. So continuing along in our Quick Six show topics here, point 5, calling their tough 3-game series with the Yankees an early measuring stick. The Toronto Blue Jays finished on a high Sunday with an emotional come-from-behind 10-9 victory over the Bronx Bombers. The Blue Jays at 38 wins hope that momentum carries over into in a 3-game series in Chicago tonight against the White Sox as an 8:10 Eastern first pitch. We'll move into our Memorial Cup talk for a second here in our junior hockey coverage, brought to you by Cavendish Farms, proud supporters of junior hockey in Canada. After a 3-year COVID-induced hiatus, the Memorial Cup is once again up for grabs. It opens tonight. The host St. John Sea Dogs with new interim coach Gardner McDougall, who I think used to coach the LeBret Eagles. For somewhere he coached in the SJ.
Okay.
The host team, St. John Sea Dogs, taking on the OHL champion Hamilton Bulldogs tonight. It's a 4 p.m. Mountain opening face-off. TSN's got it. So the round robin gets underway. The Quebec League champion Shawinigan Cataract. The surprise Quebec League champions will take on the WHL champion Edmonton Oil Kings. And I just got to settle in on this for a minute because junior hockey is my guilty pleasure, if you will. Of course, I'm going to be watching it tonight as much as I can. Also, emceeing this golf tournament here. We'll have to put it on the TVs, the banquet here. Somebody wrote in and asked how many, who I think or who I'm cheering for. Obviously, it's the Edmonton Oil Kings, but I've seen the polls going around on Twitter. How many games will the WHL rep win at the Memorial Cup? Because how long has it been since the Dub has even won one game?
I know. It's notoriously been, at least lately, really tough. It's been dry at the tournament.
How many years it's been, people? I don't know.
I don't think they won one last year.
No, they didn't.
Right?
PA never did. Well, there hasn't been.
That's what I mean. The last time.
That was the last one, eh?
So there's been, I believe, 3 in a row where there hasn't been a win. So it's time.
But it's not that the WHL's inferior.
No, of course
to the
not.
Other leagues.
No,
it's
of course not.
It's a, what do I say? It's a fad, not a trend. So we'll see.
I'm obviously going to pull for the Western team as well,
of course.
Edmonton. But I got a soft spot for St. John because I'm really curious to see how Gardner McDougall does. I'm very familiar. I've gotten to know him, especially when I've been doing a lot of university hockey and several university cups. Mm-hmm. He's notoriously, routinely has the UNB varsity Reds at the University Cup. If not winning it, he's created probably the number 1 university program in the country in Fredericton. So I think we'll see how he transitions, but he was a really smart choice to come in as an interim coach, just to move up from a real successful program. He's worked with young men for a long time, so he understands. So I think he can get them moving, I think.
Well, just those hockey discussions, is when we were at the Centennial Cup, which, by the way, I packed my Centennial Cup bunny hug. I've been trying to tell people, wear that thing in Florida? Not even a chance. I was telling the young girls here at the golf tournament today, Carolyn over here, there's that one girl got a full-length park on, right down to her ankles. And I'm like, they're like, where did you come from? We're setting up for the TV show. I said, I've just been in Florida for the last 3 weeks. And they're like, oh, that sounds so nice. Oh, believe me, it was. But everybody runs around without their shirt on down there because you can't even wear a T-shirt in South Florida. It's that hot. I was in Orlando on the weekend. It was like 96 degrees. What was my point on this? Oh, yeah. So I couldn't wear the bunny hug that I bought at the Centennial Cup. I would have died. I should have worn it out here today because it's somewhat cold. Listen. Now go ahead.
Well, it just makes me wonder how The Rock can roll around in his sweaters, his wool sweaters, or his suits in Ballers in Miami, right? When it's that hot.
A lot of people do wear suits, but they sweat buckets under them. That is a fact. But on Friday, after our workout, the mayor of Dodge City and I Brian Dodge went over for coffee at Starbucks, and I called up my app. I called up the weather in Calgary. I said, this is where I'm going. It's 55 Fahrenheit. He's like, ooh. He pulled a literal ooh. And I think today it's like 65.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody's walking around in a parka today. So anyways, it was a nice reprieve from the Florida heat, but I'm ready to go back. What else do I have here? The Memmer. That was my 6 points. Hamilton takes on St. John tonight. And Tuesday, it's Edmonton versus Shawinigan. So we can move it on over into taco time. Viewer takeover early if we want to. Again, Sheldon Lasham coming up later on this hour from the Rocky Mountain Rotary and the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. Natasha Staniszewski in hour 2. And I want to say something about Natasha. Did you know her when she was on the air in Saskatoon? I've met her when she was at CTV Saskatoon. She was classy then. She's classy now, but she was the TSN Sports Center anchor that everybody loved for years and years and years. And now she's with the Calgary Stampeders and the Calgary Flames as their host. And I've seen her work. She just looks so at home and like she's having so much fun. I think I saw the interview with Randy Ambrosi when he came through town for Randy's road trip. They're very excited in Calgary to have Natasha as their these teams as the host of their, whatever you want to say.
Well, it's a big deal. And
in stadium, in arena, their digital stuff, yeah.
Yeah, she's a star, and she's home in Calgary, and it's, it really elevates everybody's brand around there, too, and it's a good synergy, right? And it seems like she's happy and at home and very comfortable, and when you're in that situation, it shows really well. The viewers realize that when you're happy and, in a really comfortable spot, so she seems like she's having the time of her life doing that job.
Well, and let me ask you this. Then we'll get back to actual sports. I mean, I feel like, should I ask her if she's a good golfer or not? Like at these celebrity... Full disclosure, golf isn't really my thing. And what finished me a lot for the reason is 25 years ago, I would go in these golf tournaments like this. And I'd go out there and hack it up, and I'd be with a bunch of guys that wanted to win the damn thing, and they'd be pissed off at me. And I'm like, this is not fun. Like, if you want to put me with a bunch of other hackers and we're going to go out and have fun, then I'll do that. But Natasha seems like she might be good at everything that she does. She seems like she's one of those people.
Doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she seems just like a natural athlete. She's just going to be good at whatever she does. Or even if she's bad, she won't look bad. Like, she'll at least make it look good. Like, she'll fit in anyways. It's one of those things, You don't want to be that guy in the scramble. 3 other people are sitting around. You got to make the putt.
Oh,
right?
That was me. Hey, Rod, we haven't used one of your drives yet, and we're on the 17th hole. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
no.
Exactly. Don't tell me that when I'm about to tee off. Tell me after I've teed off.
I thought I had the list here. It must be on my other phone, which I don't think I have here. But, Sheldon's coming up. Sheldon Lasham from the Rocky Mountain Rotary. Yeah. He can tell us some of the celebrities that are going to be in this thing today. Whether Bo Levi Mitchell comes on the air or not, I don't know. That's a real good reason for the rest of you to hang in for the rest of the show. But I knew this. At least they weren't coming in after being, a loss in Hamilton and being routed. He can come in here doing a Conor McGregor with the biggest comeback in CFL history, as we have named it.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite done yet on Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final tonight. And there was a time we used to get the ratings. We would have found out what the CFL games were versus the Stanley Cup game, in June. And I don't know where those ratings are anymore. They don't post them like they used to. But Game 3 tonight's another great night. And I think Tampa's going to come back. If any team can come back, it's Tampa. But Steven Stamkos did seem very deflated, didn't he, after Game 2, if you saw the interviews?
Mm-hmm. He did. And that's tough. When you see real emotion, it's hard to hide true emotions and what people are really feeling, right? They can say things, but words don't always mean a lot when you see the real, what they're actually feeling. And maybe, he sees that game and is like, they're just better. That realization that Colorado maybe is just better and we're not going to be able to pull this out. But, you will be disappointed after us. I still wouldn't count out Tampa. I still wouldn't, just because of the experience they have and their ability. But, it didn't look good.
Again, no team has ever been down 0-2 in a conference final and the Stanley Cup final and come back to win the Stanley Cup. It's never happened. So while numbers and they say stats are for losers, 100% is 100%. You know what I mean? So I think there might be a reason for that. But I mean, I go back to this, and I don't want to. If you watched enough of the analysis, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. But the one reporter was saying they should have pulled Vasilevsky to give him a rest for Game 3. I'm like, what are you talking about, rest? You think an extra 20 minutes on the bench is going to make him feel better in a game that isn't for 48 more hours in his home, and they're flying home on a luxury charter jet? Like, God. Tonight is, I guess, Game 2 probably was the swing game. They always say Game 3 is the key game. I think Saturday, the 7-0 loss probably did decide this series. Tonight we'll find out, but I just feel like that was a backbreaker, a soul crusher.
I know. Well, it was a soul crusher, 7-0 like that, and just nothing in the tank. Now, I still think Game 3 is the swing game because it's either 3-0 or it's 2-1, and now all of a sudden there's all this doubt in, because they just did it, right? The blueprint is there. They just did this to New York, and if I'm Colorado, I'm like, okay, they won another game at home. Geez, if they even it up, then we've lost our edge. So it's a massive, massive game.
James, watching in Borden, Manitoba, says, I feel like it's going to be a sweep. The Avs look unstoppable. Jeff in Winnipeg says, I think Tampa has to win tonight or it's curtains. Oh, there's no doubt about that. And Randy from the Peg says, golf tourneys are supposed to be fun and for everyone. The ones who are out there to win are just wannabes. Yeah, but they exist. Doesn't matter what it's supposed to be. It's what it is.
Yes.
And I don't need to come out here and feel bad. I've spent 15 years working on myself, accepting myself. I suck at golf. I don't need these 3 guys that are refusing to sit with me at the supper because I missed that putt.
I know.
Tim Manto, watching on YouTube, says, this is my first season getting into the CFL. What is the main offensive strategy used? Did they use spread / air raid or smash mouth / power run? What a question to put in here now. The spread offense was invented here in this town by John Hufnagel, right, Lee? In the early 90s. That's a fact, Jack. And we'll talk about it more in hour 2 because Sheldon Lasham will join us next. And that's going to be a great chat. See you in hour 2, Moose?
See you then.
All right, load them up, everybody, because we have Taco Time Viewer Takeover coming up 2 segments from now. We are live from the Rocky Mountain Rotary Celebrity Golf Classic at Bearspaw Golf Club, just outside Calgary. And you're watching on Game Plus TV, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpeterson.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Peterson Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now.
Kitchen is a restaurant. Fish. With Cavendish Farms restaurant-style fries.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG. Always delivering the best fan experience. Find us at ddgregina.com.
Are you ready? It's finally time for your next adventure, and it starts at Capital GMC. Custom order the perfect new vehicle for you, or reserve one of the hundreds that's already built and on its way. Can't wait? Get into a GM-certified pre-owned vehicle that's on our lot and ready to rock. Plus, the American Export event is back and bigger than ever. We'll send your vehicle south, making you the most money for your trade. Guaranteed. Oh, and for a limited time, all name brand tires are employee priced. Only at Capital GMC. Your adventure starts here.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. Grey
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep. A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
Beautiful Calgary morning. What a wonderful day for the Rocky Mountain Rotary Celebrity Golf Classic here at Bearspaw Golf Club. We're broadcasting live from the clubhouse. And joining us here in hour one is our good and longtime friend, Sheldon Lasham. Let's bring him in here. We know him from Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. We know him from Wynyard Sask, the chicken capital, and also now, obviously, the Rocky Mountain Rotary. This is a big, big event, man. A lot of work has gone into this thing. Hey, Shel?
Yeah, it's been a few months in the works here, but we're pretty excited to get everybody here. We got a massive, exciting list of celebrities on board to come play with all their teams and stuff today. So thanks for you guys for being here, obviously, but we're excited.
Well, thanks for the invite. You're the catalyst for everything Calgary for us, and I really can't thank you enough. I mean that off the top of your head. You sent me the list of celebrities, and I can't find it. So off the top of your head, who are some of the guys and gals you got?
Oh, wow. We have Theron Fleury, Lanny McDonald, your buddy Bovili Mitchell will be here, Natasha Staniszewski, hopefully I said that right. A whole bunch of Calgary Flames alumni, Calgary Stamps alumni. So, yeah, we got a stacked list. I think there's 40 of them coming. So everybody that signed up will have a celebrity on their team, and it's going to be a fun day. Hopefully this weather holds out. Looks like it should, but...
Yes, the Lord is smiling on you, Sheldon, here today, weather-wise for sure. But you forgot yours and my favorite all-time Saskatchewan Roughrider.
That's right, Jeff Fairholm. Man, it's pretty crazy to have him here. Like, he was my all-time favorite growing up, and to have him at the course and see him at Grey Eagle the other day on your show was pretty interesting. So a lot of these things come full circle now when we're a little bit older, but it's he was definitely a favorite of mine. I remember him in Wynyard holding the Grey Cup with my dad on the back of the trailer when we won the Grey Cup in '89. So it's interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool to have guys like that here for sure.
Sheldon was also the chairman of the 2009 Grey Cup. Correct, Sheldon?
Yeah, marketing director or chairman at the time actually was Scott Mitchell, or from BC there. So yeah, we had a really good group. 2009 was first time I think it sold out in 30 or 60 days. It was a fantastic feat. Fortunately, we were on the sidelines when the Riders lost the way they did with that Too Many Men, which is heartbreaking to see, but the event went off without a hook.
Comes up a lot.
Yes, it does.
Even here, it continues to come up a lot.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about, if you don't mind, the Rocky Mountain Rotary.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say about 2 years ago, myself, Ryan Baum, Tyler Hebelwaith got together and wanted to put together more of a younger professional Rotary group. We found a need in the community where a lot of the guys that might have joined the older Rotary group where they have meetings every week, every month, we just couldn't commit the time to do that. So we said, why don't we start our own where we meet monthly? And then COVID hit. So a lot of our meetings were done through Zoom and everything, but we did, execute a couple really good events out in Cochrane area. We put on a drive-in movie for families, raised $60,000 directly for the food bank for our first 2 movies. So that was exciting. And then this is our next event back. And then later on this year, we had the Cochrane Outhouse races we took over, which are a pretty popular event in Cochrane. And then we're going to do Cochrane Community Builders Awards, where we'll be honoring a local celebrity in our community.
Is this your first golf classic?
This is the first one. Yes.
Wow.
So surprisingly enough, I don't think we did much promotion at all. It was just, the guys that are on our team are pretty scrappy and we know quite a few people. So we just reached out. Curtis Glencross was a big help for us to get a lot of the alumni here between myself, Ryan, and Tyler and a lot of the organizing committee. So first one, and we sold it out. We have a lot of great celebrities, guys like you here too, Roddy and Darren and Lee sitting across from me. So we're pretty excited for this being our first one, so we think it'll just grow from here.
Well, you're off to a great start, and what a wonderful spot you have. But I have to ask you, I was in Florida when the Flames lost out to the Oilers. I'm glad I wasn't here. I'm going to tell you, I'm glad I wasn't here. I predicted a Florida-Calgary Stanley Cup. What happened, man?
I don't know. I was at a lot of the games.
You don't have an answer?
I don't know, man. I think would have been nice to see Markey kind of step it up a little bit, and we were there for that goal that was supposed to be a goal that looked like a goal, and I'm sure you guys have talked about it ad nauseum. But at the end of the day, I think the Oilers were just better that series. So goal or no goal, I think they deserve the win. Unfortunately, I hate saying that.
Well, it came in Game 5, so it's not like it cost them the series. But we should tell the world that Sheldon is an ordained hockey official in the American Hockey League. The rules. I mean, how many days afterwards was that debated in this town that it should have been a goal?
Yeah, for a while. And we were sitting pretty much right there. I mean, it looked like it was going in anyways. So
right, why touch it?
I'm not a National Hockey League referee, but it looked like it was going in anyways. But you can't focus the series on one goal. So,
no.
Yeah.
So are they over it?
I'm not over it. We got next year, though, right? So, and we got golf. So
well,
now we've moved on.
Well, there are those that have said, I'm sorry to pick a wound, but we're here to talk sports. That's what we do on this show every day. And people have said, I shouldn't say what people have said. I've seen it on social media. Are we going to hear about this as much as the 2004 Martin Jelena no goal?
Actually, well, why don't you ask Martin?
Is he going to be here?
He's going to be here, yeah, any minute. So why don't we get him on and we can ask him directly?
You don't want to answer the question.
Yeah, I'm sure he's answered that same question over and over again. But no, I mean, that was for the Stanley Cup. That would.
See, we won't hear from this as much. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. But.
And Bo Levi Mitchell, was it difficult to get him confirmed to come down here?
A little. Well, they just had a game, so we were kind of on the fence as to whether he was going to come or not. But yeah, he sent us a note last night. Actually, Nicole's sitting right here; she helped set it up. But yeah, he'll be here. So I thought maybe I would just be the first guy to do the introduction between you two.
She's
just walk around the corner.
Does she know? Does she know?
Yeah,
Nicole
knows.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So maybe I'll just walk around the corner. It'll just be a big surprise, and you guys can finally
Wouldn't
meet,
that be something? Well, the invitation's there.
Yeah.
It's wide open. All right, Sheldon, thanks for all you do for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
For everybody. Have fun today. We'll see you at
thanks
supper.
for coming, Rod, Lee, Darren. It's I'm surprised you're not golfing. I want to see that
don't
nice
be
golf
surprised.
swing of yours.
Yeah, no, you don't. Thanks, Sheldon. Sheldon Lasham from the Rocky Mountain Rotary joining us here at the Bearspaw Golf Club. We'll be right back. We'll do a sports update and a viewer takeover for Taco Time. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, also YouTube Live and streaming audio 24/7 at rodpeterson.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Peterson Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now.
Calgary, Alberta, here they come. Welcome your Bull Riders!
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Kitchen is a restaurant. Ish. With Cavendish Farms restaurant-style fries.
Are you ready? It's finally time for your next adventure, and it starts at Capital GMC. Custom order the perfect new vehicle for you, or reserve one of the hundreds that's already built and on its way. Can't wait? Get into a GM-certified pre-owned vehicle that's on our lot and ready to rock. Plus, the American Export event is back and bigger than ever. We'll send your vehicle south, making you the most money for your trade. Guaranteed. Oh, and for a limited time, all name brand tires are employee priced. Only at Capital GMC. Your adventure starts here.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Are you ready? It's finally time for your next adventure, and it starts at Capital Ford. Custom order the perfect new vehicle for you, or reserve one of the hundreds that's already built and on its way. Can't wait? Get into a pre-owned vehicle that's already on the lot and ready to rock. Plus, the American Export event is back and bigger than ever. We'll send your vehicle south, making you the most money for your trade. Guaranteed. Oh, and for a limited time, all name brand tires are employee priced. Only at Capital Ford Lincoln. Your adventure starts here.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services, and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
You are looking live at Bearspaw Golf Club just outside Calgary. It is a beautiful day, and it looks like the rain is going to stay away. And look, I know we've had a lot of comments come in on the program today. It's been a busy show, and it's an exciting one here at the Rocky Mountain Rotary Charity Golf Classic. And there's been a lot of comments coming in that I couldn't get to, but this is the times. I know it's the most interactive talk show on television and streaming, but I can't get to everybody all the time, but we will here in moments. But a sports update. Guelph kept their winning streak going with a 89-83 CEBL victory over the Hamilton Honey Badgers at home on Sunday afternoon. The Guelph Nighthawks advanced to 6-3. They've won 5 in a row in Canadian Elite Basketball League play. Honey Badgers fall to 7-2. Canada's returning home from the Under-18 Women's America's Basketball Championship with a silver medal after an 82-77 loss in the final. But there were moments Sunday where it looked like they had a chance to upset the United States. Despite trailing 41-31 at halftime in Buenos Aires, the Canadians closed the gap and only trailed the U.S. by 4 points going into the fourth quarter. Tiana Todd led Canada with 19 points. Teammate Mariana Esser netted 15. He led after the first round and stayed in the hunt all weekend, but Adam Hadwin of Abbotsford, BC, had to settle for a share of 7th place in the U.S. Open on Sunday. Hadwin carded rounds of 66, 72, 70, and 71 to finish at 1 under 279. Englishman Matt Fitzpatrick won the U.S. Open with a final round 2 under 68 at the Country Club in Brookline, Massachusetts to finish the tournament at 6 under 274. Will Zalatoris and Scotty Scheffler finished 1 stroke back. Canada and the United States will square off today in an important soccer match for both countries. The rivals will play their second games of the 28th CONCACAF Under-20 Championship in Honduras today. The U.S. defeated St. Kitts and Nevis 10-0 in their first game, while Canada was clipped 1-0 by Cuba. This sports update brought to you by Ballers Rec Room, your official home of Slow Pitch, open Wednesday to Sunday for the Tap Brewhouse and Drive-Thru Liquor Store and for Red Bull Canada. Red Bull gives you wings. Going to turn it over this as much as we can. David Asplin, watching in Winnipeg, says, "Morning, Rod and Dupes. Long time no see. Happy to be back watching. What areas of concern do you have for the Riders/Bombers after 2 weeks of football? I'm glad you brought that up. None. They're 2-0. Enjoy it. That's not how I look at it. There's some rude comments coming in towards the Rider fans. We're not going to allow those either. Randy from Winnipeg says, how about a Rod versus Bo putt-off? Rod wins, Bo has to come on the show. If Bo wins, Rod has to wear a Bo jersey on Football Friday. That's not really losing a bet. I've already been photographed. Yeah, I've already been photographed in a Bo jersey. Think of something else. Speaking of, by the way, our guy Lee Genier has fashioned the list of celebrities. This is their first ever Rocky Mountain Rotary Celebrity Golf Classic. This is the list. How do you get better than this? Gord Bamford, country music star. Rene Corbet, married a girl from Milestone, Saskatchewan, by the way, Rene Corbet. Mike Civic, remember him, the 6'8" NHL linesman, Mike Civic. Some guy named Darren DuPont. Jordan Eberle of the Seattle Kraken. Sheldon and my favorite Rough Rider ever, Jeff Fairholm. Theron Fleury, just back from his time visiting Tucker Carlson. Did you see that, Lee? Was that in New York? Where's Tucker Carlson out of? I think he's in New York. Martin Gélina, as Sheldon said earlier, Calgary Flames assistant coach. I'll go a little faster here. Curtis Glencross, who I believe was the first guy to ever be traded between the Edmonton Oilers and Calgary Flames. Jason LaBarbera, he's the current goalie coach of the Flames. Brent Cron, former Hitman goalie. Catriona Le May Doan. Morris Lukowicz. Lanny McDonald. Bo Levi Mitchell. John Morris, the famed Johnny Moe. Joel Otto. Colin Patterson. Mike Rogers, the former New York Ranger and longtime Flames radio color guy. Jeff Schultz, NHLer. Natasha Staniszewski. Dwayne Sutter, the man they call Dog. Jock Wilson and Calgary Stampeders quarterback Jake Mayer. Hey, if we don't get Bo, can we have Jake? How about that? Thought we might see him on Saturday afternoon in that game in Hamilton, and it didn't happen. I think what I'm going to do, Clark, is write this down or steal this and write all their phone numbers and give them to you when we come back. Here we go. What else do we have here? Ted in Red Deer says, hey, you know what I'd change on the RP show? Nothing. Smart guy. How did supper turn out the other night, Ted? You had to make your wife supper, as I recall, because you lost a bet. Mark, watching in Melfort, says, hey, Rod, am I missing something? But is there a CFL app? I have looked and can't find it. Is it there and my eyes are deceiving me? Last minute of play in hour one. Last minute of play. There is no app. We're trying to keep it all positive around here. I was putting together my commentary last night. I went to the CFL website trying to get up-to-date Week 3 stats. Don't have them. What are you going to do? Yeah, we had some comments here in the Stanley Cup final. Dan in Winnipeg says, do you think the Jets will hire Barry Trotz? I think we need to push that question into hour two because it's a great one and we don't have time here. Another team has entered the chat with regards to landing the services of one Barry Trotz, one that you'd never thought of, and I certainly never thought about it either. So we'll be right back after this break. You are watching on Game Plus Television. We're broadcasting live from the Rocky Mountain Rotary Golf Classic at Bearspaw Golf Club on Game Plus TV and live streaming. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Are you ready? It's finally time for your next adventure, and it starts at Capital GMC. Custom order the perfect new vehicle for you, or reserve one of the hundreds that's already built and on its way. Can't wait? Get into a GM-certified pre-owned vehicle that's on our lot and ready to rock. Plus, the American Export event is back and bigger than ever. We'll send your vehicle south, making you the most money for your trade. Guaranteed. Oh, and for a limited time, all name brand tires are employee priced. Only at Capital GMC. Your adventure starts here.
Every kitchen is a restaurant. Ish. With Cavendish Farms restaurant-style fries.
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep. A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpetersonshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpetersonshop.com.
Business owners and marketers. Okay, we know you think we're pretty cool. That's why we want you to share in the coolness factor. Partner with the Rod Pedersen Show and market your business every weekday to sports lovers just like yourself. Take advantage of our many cost-effective commercial and promotional opportunities. Tell the world about your business. Yes, the world. Thanks to Game Plus TV and the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. Contact us today and find out how you can be a part of Canada's fastest-growing sports talk show, The Rod Pedersen Show.
Good morning, Rod Squad.
Maybe tomorrow I'll tell you guys about the big game that I went to in San Antonio with Snoop Dogg. Remember that one, Clark? The Lakers and Spurs? Snoop Dogg and I went, Bob.
How about that?
Snoop Dogg was sitting courtside. I was up in the nosebleeds, but we were in the arena at the same time. I was there with him.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
Hello, everybody. Canadian viewers and Canadian sports fans in the United States of America. It is the RP Show. It's hour 2. It's a little different look than you're used to. No palm trees, no slot machines. No, we're live at the Bearspaw Golf Club just outside Calgary, Alberta. And it is the Rocky Mountain Rotary Golf Classic, the Celebrity Golf Classic, with a lot of celebrities on hand. And we appreciate Rocky Mountain Rotary for extending the invitation to bring the show out here, make some new friends, spend some time, a little golf, and I'll be emceeing the supper later on tonight on a very busy sports night. We've covered an unbelievable amount of ground so far in the program through hour 1. If you missed it, you're going to want to go back and watch through the PVR or the podcast, whoever you may be consuming today's program. We're going to bring in right now our good friend Lee Genier. Have we figured out yet, Lee, what your title is with the RP Show?
Chief Bottle Washer.
Jack of all trades.
Wow.
I appreciate you holding the fort down in Calgary, and also you and Moose setting things up. Moose is just over here, by the way. He's not too far away. He's a busy kid. He's dusting off his clubs to golf here this afternoon. But I just want to, for those that missed an hour ago, Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final goes tonight. Colorado looking to go up 3-0 with a win at the Lightning. We'll get back into that. Our poll question today for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center with dealerships all across the prairies. Can or will the Lightning even get back into this thing? Over 60% of respondents saying, no, they're not even going to get back into it. This is over. We talked about week 2 in the CFL. We'll get back into that here with Lee. The Montreal Grand Prix. Blue Jays winning over the Yankees 10-9 to salvage that series, and the Jays are at the White Sox tonight. And then the Memorial Cup opens tonight. My guilty pleasure, junior hockey is my favorite sport, brand of hockey. Monday night, Hamilton versus St. John on TSN, 4 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Eastern. So, Lee, of all that, I just want to ask you about the Montreal Grand Prix. I didn't watch it. I could have. I think it started at noon Mountain yesterday.
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
you're the big fan.
I am. Pre-game. There's the pre-game show. And the big race, 338,000 people.
Let's say it again. 338,000 people.
That's more than the entire CFL season of people.
It actually is, when you think about it, because we were kicking that around this morning. And by the way, I'm not done. I want to get your take on the Stanley Cup playoffs in a second. Adam, watching in Hamilton, says, can we talk about Matt Dunnigan's beard? It's a thing of beauty. We've talked about it before. I don't like it. But I don't judge people based on their appearance nor make comments. Way to go, Matt. Just doesn't look like him. But I'm not. Back to the thing with the Grand Prix. 338,000 people. Lee is right. At 30,000 fans a game for a CFL team, 10 games a year, that's 300,000. They packed that many in there in one day. And you've been following this for years. That's not new for Montreal to do that?
No, that's a regular crowd for an F1, right? So it's amazing for a Canadian event, right? So great weather yesterday. I think it was 22 degrees. I had a bunch of friends there that were out selfies everywhere. So the rain stopped Saturday. Obviously, they had a bunch of rain, which caused a bunch of issues. But yeah, Max Verstappen, pole position, and he took it all the way to the finish.
Well, and everybody knew that he was going to win. I've called him the Connor McDavid of Formula One racing. He's literally running away with things. But apparently they're okay with that. So
yeah, he's like the Michael Schumacher back in the day.
But this is what I think all sports need to do, not just the CFL. The NHL's got it down. The NFL has had it down for quite some time, and that is the party. I said it last hour. Kentucky Derby, I haven't been there. What is it? 90 seconds long, isn't it, the Kentucky Derby? But the party's hours.
Yeah,
in
it goes
the
on for
interior,
days.
right, in the interior of the track, right?
Yeah.
I've heard about it. It's legendary. I've been to now LPGA golf events, probably one-day PGA events, and I didn't want to go, but I went because I had to do that. I was doing my show at it, and I showed up at the CP Women's Open. I'm like, this ain't a golf tournament. This is the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's about the show.
It's all about the party.
When's the CFL going to get that? Figure that out.
Well, I think some teams have it, and they're trying to get back to that. And I think if they want to be successful, is show up at 8 a.m. on a game day and you tailgate. You have a lot of fun. I've seen it. I've been part of it, and they just need to get back to that. And every game needs to be a party and the place to be.
Right now, it's not. And that, as far as I'm concerned, this Saturday, it's the Stamps and the Elks here in Calgary, and we plan to go. The list of celebrities, by the way, I read them off near the end of hour one as we open hour two. Here's who's golfing today. Some of the celebrities in this Rocky Mountain Rotary Golf Classic. It's impressive. Country music recording star Gord Bamford. NHL alum, Flames alum, Rene Corbet, who again married a gal from Milestone, Saskatchewan, Jennifer Spencer. Her dad was the RCMP guy there. NHL linesman Mike Civic. Jordan Eberle, the Seattle Kraken. Roughriders alum Jeff Fairholm. Flames alum Theo Fleury, Martin Gélina. Curtis Glencross, Chris Kalanos, Brent Cron, Jason LaBarbera, Olympian Catriona Le May Doan, former Winnipeg Jet Morris Lukowicz, Lanny McDonald, Bo Levi Mitchell, curler John Morris, former Vancouver Canuck Brendan Morrison, former Flames Joel Otto, Colin Patterson. It goes on and on and on. Natasha Staniszewski is going to be with us in moments. Natasha Staniszewski, everybody knows her. But Dwayne Sutter's another. Well, you can't swing a bag of cats without hitting a Sutter around here. Is that okay, Moose, if I say that?
That's on the line.
That's right on the line. You can't swing a bag of cats without hitting a Sutter.
And I think Pee Wee Smith is on that list.
I didn't see Pee Wee Smith. Oh, it's the very Pee Wee Smith's here. Jake Mayer of the Stampeders, broadcaster Jock Wilson. I say this with all respect because Calgary's been so great to our show, myself, Darren, you. But after they lost to the Oilers, I worried about Calgary. For weeks, I didn't hear anything out of Calgary. I was starting to wonder if Calgary was still there. Nothing. Not even moaning nor complaining. Nothing.
Yeah. It's a big hangover. It was a letdown for sure. We all talk about the goal, and I think everybody expected Calgary to win. I did. I was disappointed, but life goes on.
Well, I said it to Sheldon Lasham last hour that we were in Florida when it went down. Actually, we were at the Centennial Cup. That's where we were in Estevan watching it, and with all the hockey people, they all felt that it was a goal. But it was because they were so dominated by the Oilers in 5 games that you can't even blame the goal.
No,
right?
You can't focus on the one goal for sure. I don't think the series went as bad as we thought it did. I think there was probably a few turning points, and that series would have maybe looked a little different.
Yeah, so to tonight's Game 3 of the Stanley Cup final, with Colorado just rolling, they've won 7 in a row. I think they're 14-2 in these Stanley Cup playoffs. People are saying that, no, Tampa Bay, they're done, and that the Oilers would have didn't put up any better of a fight than the Tampa Bay Lightning. I don't know if that's true or not, but what do you see happening tonight and the rest of the way in this series?
Well, they got to come back in a big way. I mean, after losing 7-0 the other night, they got to come back in some heart. They're going back to Tampa in their own home arena. Their fans, I think it's going to be a much different game. I'm going to go with Tampa winning tonight.
Yeah? Well, I hope you're right. 6 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, I'm trying to disseminate. The viewer comments are coming in here. I'm trying to keep it between Lee and I as much as I can here. And that's on me. But, I mean, Lee's 20 years with the Stampeders. He also worked with the Calgary Flames. Saskatchewan Rush won a championship, CEBL. It's hard to expect that a series momentum would change based on the venue and a day off in between games. Tampa better hope that it does. But, how do you respond from a ass kicking like that?
Well, I think John Cooper's got to, on that. I would have liked to have been a fly on the plane on the way home after and in the locker room. So I mean, he's got to get them fired up. And I mean, I think nothing better than a 7-0 loss will do that to you. I mean, you've been embarrassed. You're going back. You've just won 2 straight Stanley Cups. So you know what? They have it in them, and you never count them out, right? No lead is safe, as we know.
Well, anybody, I think, as it pertains to hockey, I'll just use that term. As a coach, I think you'd rather lose 6-0 and know you were not even in the game, than lose 2-1 and think, oh, if we just had this break or that break. They were embarrassed.
Yeah, there'll be some desperation hockey tonight, and guys coming out hitting hard, and you'll probably see a real physical game tonight.
From Weed and Wrestling in the chat says, now I don't feel as bad as an Edmonton fan that Colorado swept us. Colorado is even better than the defending champions. Well, they're 2 wins away from actually proving that. To the CFL here from our viewers. That is a Monday, and we are now in the throes of the CFL season. Jeff, the Stamps fan, says, I was a little disappointed at the attendance in Edmonton on Saturday night. I thought they had over 30,000 in season tickets. It was 21,000 and change. Randy from Winnipeg says, what was the CFL attendance this weekend? There's a Twitter account. I think it's called CFL Attendance. And it tracks it it's not that hard, but it was 21,000 and change for the game in Edmonton with Saskatchewan there. The Hamilton game, they were all over 20,000 except for Toronto-Montreal, which they announced as 12,000. And I'd rather talk about the games than the attendance. By the way, it's 11-11 Mountain, everybody. Pay attention to what you're thinking. Your dreams are coming true. I like that. 11-11. I like that. Any thoughts on that? Like the games have been pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? The games are great. I mean, you look at Calgary coming back from 24. That's the largest deficit in CFL history. And
is it confirmed?
Yeah, the biggest one was in 1974. I think it was a Rider game. Actually, come back from 21 down. So I did look it up in the break. So great comeback and winning in overtime. I mean, those are the kind of legendary games. I know there was probably a lot of broken hearts in Hamilton, but you know what? Is at the end of the game, you saw Bo go up to the panel and he gave him the sign, and that's great. I mean, that's the way a game should end. Is, you know what, you're down, you come back, and you win in overtime. Love it.
Well, from a CFL perspective, well, and you're a Stamps fan, so there's that. But, I mean, again, I was flying here from Orlando and listening to the game. You can just strong enough Wi-Fi to be able to listen to the radio or digital streaming. So I was listening to it, and I think it was 24-3 at the half.
Yeah.
Had been at one point 24-0, and the media is saying, can we hit 60? Can we do this? And, you know, the criticism of Bo continued, and then I don't know what. How are you on halftime adjustments? Because clearly Calgary did something.
Yeah, I'm huge on. I've seen, you know, and been part of many teams with huge halftime adjustments, and I think that's where you go in and it's a gut check, and you know, is what you have to change and the nuances you make in the second half. And I've seen a completely different team come out in the second half for so many games.
I don't think we've had, it's only been 2 weeks into the CFL season, but I don't think we've had one sellout. And to be honest, you were discussing before the show here about the Hall of Fame game. I'd like to see the ceremony televised. The induction, you were saying, again, I listened on the radio. I didn't see the TSN broadcast, but they did a nice enough job of honoring the inductees at the game.
At halftime,
but
yeah.
It should be sold out.
Yeah, and I mean, there was an event the night before, and then absolutely, right, is all these games, and especially your Hall of Fame games, should be sold out for sure. So, I mean, the whole upper deck in Hamilton was empty from what I could see. A little disappointing, but, you know, I look at all the crowds across the CFL, and I'm a big business guy on that side, and I see an announced attendance number and what the actual is, right, as well. So, I mean, it's hard to hide what you see. Your eyes don't deceive you.
Like I say, I don't know. And Natasha Staniszewski coming up in the next segment. I don't know if the CFL's missed the boat. There's two schools of thought. You can say that nothing is hopeless and anything that's been created can be recreated, or anything that's done can be undone. Or there are other schools of thought in life that once it's gone, it's gone. And it's not coming back. You mentioned the reception the night before the induction. I've been at it at Tim Hortons Field. I think they call it the Black and Gold Club. Actually had occasion to dine with Russ Jackson and Bob Obilovich, asked them to pose for a photo, and they graciously did. That's in the realm of being at an event with Jean Beliveau and Maurice Richard.
Yeah.
Well, but right. Why is it lost its luster compared to what it used to be?
Well, I think there should have been more, you know, obviously the Hall of Fame is kind of done away. You know, it just resides in Hamilton. There's no official, I'm going to say, director of the Hall of Fame now. That's kind of went away with, I know Mark Noble used to head that up.
Our good friend.
Yeah. And so things have changed, and I'm sure predicated on budgets and things like that. But again, maybe this game should be later in the season, and you need to build up to it, right? So generally, this game was always in September, the Hall of Fame, because I've hosted a few of them. And that's generally a good time that you build up, and you have a big gala dinner, and you made a big deal about it. I mean, you look at the class: Henry Burris, Nick Lewis, John Huffnagel, Doug Mitchell, Will Johnson. Just a huge lineup of individuals going in there. So it deserves more. And like I said, if when you look at the NFL Hall of Fame, it's an event in itself, right? So
again, about the show.
It's all about the show.
Make it a show. Adam in Hamilton's watching, and he says the upper decks always look empty in Hamilton because of all the party spots around the stadium. And that might be true. I haven't been at Tim Hortons for a while. I'll take your word for it, Adam, that I could go in and look up what the attendance was, but I don't believe it was a sellout. But I mean, I sit every August and watch that Pro Football Hall of Fame induction in Canton. It's always the Saturday night, right? The Hall of Fame game's a couple nights before. That's the problem with the CFL. They keep moving it all different times of the year. It's similar to the draft. There needs to be some consistency there. Anyways, we'll take a break, and I believe Natasha Staniszewski is ready to go, and joining us next here from the Rocky Mountain Rotary Celebrity Golf Classic at Bearspaw Golf Club. We'll be right back on Game Plus TV, YouTube live streaming, and you can always catch the podcast wherever you enjoy your podcasts, including Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Lot of sun, smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep. A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Roughriders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services, and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Every kitchen is a restaurant. Ish. With Cavendish Farms restaurant-style fries.
Calgary, Alberta, here they come. Welcome your Bull Riders!
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
All right, you are looking live at the driving range here at Bearspaw Golf Club. It is the Rocky Mountain Rotary Celebrity Golf Classic. And of all the list of celebrities, and I have it right here in my hands, the one that we are all the most excited to have join us is Natasha Staniszewski. She joins us. How you doing, Natasha?
What an intro.
Seriously.
Wow.
Yeah, well, that's the one Sheldon that offered up for sure.
Okay.
Ebbs is going to roll by.
Awesome.
Maybe Bo Levi. But everybody's excited to have you here. How are you, by the way?
I'm great. I'm awesome. I'm happy to be here. But I noticed I'm the only woman,
almost,
quote unquote, celebrity.
Good on you for doing it.
Is there another one? We have to fix that.
Catriona Le May Doan.
Oh, excellent.
Another
okay.
Saskatoon
There's got to
gal.
be more lady golfers out there. But okay, that's good to hear.
I haven't seen her yet. but I'm sure she'll be here. You guys have you had occasion to interview her before?
I've never interviewed her, but I saw her speak at the Hall of Fame dinner a few months ago, the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame. I'd never heard her speak before. She's awesome. Yeah, I was riveted the whole time. Just effortless and natural and motivating. She was great.
Another Calgarian by way of Saskatoon who's done great things. And what is she? She's the executive director of the Calgary Sports Hall of Fame. Canadian. That's Cheryl Bernard. Oh, yeah. Anyways, back to you, Natasha. So your first official gig was interviewing Randy Ambrosie when he came through town. That looked like you had a lot of fun doing that.
Yes, they threw me right into it. It was great. I had Randy on my podcast a few months ago, so I'd met him before, so he and I had chatted before, and he's a usually pretty easy guy to interview. So yes, that was my second day on the job with the Flames and the Stamps. A little interview with the commish, and off and running.
An absolutely radical shift, I would think, in how you do business. I mean, you're used to working late nights, TSN Sports Center. How's that changed your clock?
It's taking a while. I'm still adjusting. I mean, I've never been a morning person to begin with, but yeah, it's still strange to be trying to go to sleep at 10 or 11 instead of 2 or 3 a.m. like I used to. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there to a more kind of 9 to 5 clock.
Well, you're really proving your versatility because as the Sports Center anchor, we all know what you do there. And I could say I feel like I know you, but I do know you from the Saskatoon days. But I'm a big Sports Center fan, watching all the time. Now to this, where you're focusing on NHL and CFL, but not this wide range of sports. Well, basically every other sport. Mm-hmm. So how's that been for you?
It's strange. It's been good. Yeah. I've always wanted to work for a team, but it's for sure, it's definitely different. You need to get to know the players that much better, the workings of the team, the history, all the little details that you don't necessarily need to know when you're on the desk covering a whole bunch of
totally
sports,
different.
Right? It is totally different. So I'm learning a lot. It's it's just been a long time since I reported. What I mostly was on the desk at TSN. So I feel like I'm learning again.
Isn't it exciting though?
It's great. Yeah. I mean, the Stamps are off to a 2-0 start, which is great. I went on my first road trip on the weekend to Hamilton. The game did not look good for them in the beginning, but they pulled off the win in overtime, and it's fun. It's been really fun.
Well, and that's what's exciting for me, too, in Calgary. Clearly, they've been great to you. They've been wonderful to me. Beginning tomorrow, we're going to be back at Grey Eagle Resort and Casino for a weeks-long stint, Calgary's entertainment destination. So, yeah, it's exciting to learn new things. But I guess I should have known that you were going on the road. What was that like with the team? Was that a first?
That was a first. Yeah, that was the first road trip. It was great. We flew on the little charter, which I'm not used to. I was a little bit stressed out about it, but once you get there, I'm stressed out about everything. But once you get there, there's more time than you think, I guess, right? Then it's kind of hurry up and wait. But you don't want to be the guy that's missing the plane at 8 a.m. Like I said, I'm not a morning person. But that was all fine. And then we got there, and then you've got a little free time, and then all of a sudden it's game day and it's go time. And after that, it's go, 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 and it's fun.
We would be remiss if we didn't mention, can I say your predecessor, Alana Nolan?
Of course.
She's so cool.
Of course.
Yeah, and so a bit of a trailblazer, and I've kept in touch with Alana. We all know she's out in Toronto now doing her thing, but she did such a great job. Mm-hmm. Did that make things easier for you to come in?
Well, unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of overlap.
It wasn't a big overlap.
No, because when I started on the Flames run. The CFL season hadn't really started. So, I mean, I tried to pick her brain as best as I could, but I do wish she was still around a little bit. I wish I could have job shadowed her a little bit longer because there's a lot of questions I still have. I'm not sure how she did a lot of her things, but like you said, everyone talks so highly about her, and a trailblazer as well.
She was just a great, great gal. Now, she is from Edmonton, as are you. She's like,
sure am.
Keep it down. Keep it down. How's that gone over here?
I mean, working for the so-called enemy is strange, but everyone has been so nice and so welcoming that it's been awesome. It's taken a while to get used to being surrounded by red. That is strange, but I mean, living in Calgary, I'm just really happy to be back in Alberta, closer.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, closer to my family. I moved around so much in my career, but I never lived in Calgary. It just never worked out that way. And I always wanted to try it. And so I thought this was a good opportunity just to try a different city, be closer to the mountains, and still close enough to my family in Edmonton that I could see them a lot more often than I did in Toronto. So far, it's been awesome.
It seems like the perfect fit. And I think when they announced it, we were all like, ooh, that seems good.
Good.
For both sides. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, from the viewers, if you don't mind, Andrew Stout, a Quebecer watching, says, Bonjour, Natasha. You were one of my favorite personalities on TSN. Thank you for being such a dynamic and innovative woman. Merci. BW in Edmonton says, I love Natasha's cooking social media shows. Where did you get your love for the kitchen?
My mom just cooked and baked a lot as a kid, and I just always kind of watched her. And I'm not a great chef, to be honest. Not like I really need to work on that.
Please put those fries on a cookie sheet and put them in the oven.
That's about
What's
all
wrong
I can
with that?
do.
What's hard about that?
Is make good fries, make good wedges. But no, I do love baking. I love trying different recipes. I don't know. In my family, we always have cake. We always have dessert. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's just the way it is. So that's where I got it from.
All the things you've done in your career, what is that commercial, the one that people remember the most?
People still, I'll be walking across the street and somebody will yell, like, where are the wedges? Did you forget the wedges? Like it always comes up still, and it's been a really long time.
Tells you that it was successful.
I guess, yeah.
It's funny because in this town, you don't have to be here very long before you hear the name Ed Whalen. As a matter of fact, the broadcast booth is named after him, and I think the media lounge too. But Ed Whalen back in the day told me, he's like, Rod, of all the things I did, the only thing anybody remembers is Stampede Wrestling. And I'm not sure you're even old enough to remember him on there.
No.
You do, Lee, right? Ed Whalen, ring-a-ding-dong dandy. Wayne in Victoria, BC says, hi, Natasha. I didn't know that you have a podcast. What's it called?
I do have a podcast, but it's actually over. I think it's coming to an end. Yes, I did some work with a gambling company called Come On. I mean, the episodes are still up. I'm just not sure we're going to be doing any more. But if you search Come On, you'll find it.
Mm-hmm. Come On Official, we had worked with them for a period of time, too. Now, I would assume with your Stamps and Flames work that wasn't going to continue, I wouldn't think. But I guess that's in limbo, is it?
Yeah. We'll call it limbo, sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you this. I'm listening to the radio this morning, driving out here to the golf course, and they're talking about NHL free agency. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I would think you love is hockey, hockey, hockey. Am I correct in that?
I do love my hockey.
Is that number one?
Hockey's always been my favorite. Yeah, it was very exciting to jump in on the Flames run. I think everybody thought they would go a little bit further. I don't think anybody thought the Flames and Oilers were actually going to end up playing each other in the playoffs. But yes, hockey's my number one.
Well, to be honest, you came to town just as we were leaving and wrapping up our 3-month stint at Grey Eagle. And what I sensed in this community was a lot of people really wanted the Oilers. Flames fans were cheering for the Oilers against LA to get them in round 2. And I'm like, I don't think you want that, but I'm new here. So I'll just, and be careful what you wish for, right? And that's what's different about your job now. You didn't really have to interview anybody on the Sports Center desk. Those couldn't have been easy interviews.
Right. Well, fortunately, I'm second in line, sort of on the Flame side. Brendan Parker is the main
Saskatoon
Flames guy. That's right. Yes. So I didn't have to do any of those really tough interviews. Thank goodness, because you're right. I imagine they would be very difficult to do.
So what are they going to have you doing eventually?
So the football is my main gig now. It's all football all the time. And then when football ends, I will help out on the hockey side if Brendan never ever needs it. But I think even there's like a development camp coming up for the Flames. They wanted some help there. So just kind of helping on the hockey side wherever I can.
Wow, am I glad I asked.
Yeah, mostly it's going to be football.
Well, then perfect. Arlen Bruce III is watching. He's in Edmonton, and he says, Ms. Natasha, who do you have in the Grey Cup this year, and who do you have winning it?
Oh, geez. I don't like making predictions because...
but nobody remembers. Just so you know, nobody ever remembers.
I mean, the Stamps are 2-0. I don't know why I wouldn't pick the team I'm working for right now. I mean, they've given up a lot of points. There's some things they need to work on there, but... there are a lot of positive things on that team. A lot of veterans. They know how to win. So I'll put my money on the stamps.
Well,
Why
you know
not?
what? You have to. You have to.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah, but what's funny about that is I got people writing in here saying, the Riders are 2-0. What do you think their problems are? I'm like, nothing. Winnipeg's 2-0. What do you think their problems are? Nothing. But they all want to be in Saskatchewan in November. And I would be remiss. I don't know if you remember, that's where I met you, was in the press box at Sask Place. I think it was called Sask Place at the time. It's changed names so many times, as you know. But what do you remember about your time there in the Bridge City?
In
A
Saskatchewan?
wonderful town, yeah.
Yes, I loved all of Saskatchewan. Regina, Yorkton, Prince Albert, Saskatoon. It was all great. Saskatoon was I would say my first really big sports job where I was on the air consistently working for, CTV, a big company. So that was really cool. I mostly remember just all the friends that I made because I made friends everywhere and very easily because everybody is so open there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I have nothing but great memories. I bawled so hard when I got the job in Edmonton because that meant I had to leave Saskatoon. And I was really, really, really enjoying it.
To go to your hometown, you were.
Yes, I know. It's crazy because, jobs don't open up ever, right? Not back then, not even now. But so when the job came up in Edmonton, obviously I was going to take it. But I was really enjoying my time in Saskatoon. It was really hard to leave.
Well, you know what I think about your time in Saskatoon? The voice that keeps echoing in my head is Kevin Waugh.
Kevin Waugh.
And it's Natasha Staniszewski.
I was going to mention Kevin when I'm talking about the Friends because we had such a great time too, right? Just the two of us in that little office working away, covering the Blades and the Riders and the Raiders and whatever else. And I really enjoyed working with Kevin. I learned a lot from Kevin.
This was the long-time CFQC sports director in Saskatoon, CTV Saskatoon. Now a member of Parliament who was before all the media last year with the single game betting. What did you think when you saw him going to Ottawa? You must have been excited for him.
I think he wanted that for a really long time, so I was happy for him.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Well, Natasha, I'm going to let you get ready to golf. We're very happy for you. I think this is a perfect fit. I was hoping to see you here today. Thanks for the time, and hit them straight, as they say.
Thank you so much. I hope I do. I hope I hit him straight. Fingers crossed for that today.
Natasha Staniszewski of Stamps and Flames TV. We'll be right back to Bearspaw Golf Club after this timeout in the Rocky Mountain Rotary Golf Classic. You are watching on Game Plus Television Network, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio streaming now at rodpeterson.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Peterson Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Roughriders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG. Always delivering the best fan experience. Find us at ddgregina.com.
Every kitchen is a restaurant. Fish. With Cavendish Farms restaurant-style fries.
Are you ready? It's finally time for your next adventure, and it starts at Capital 4. Custom order the perfect new vehicle for you, or reserve one of the hundreds that's already built and on its way. Can't wait? Get into a pre-owned vehicle that's already on the lot and ready to rock. Plus, the American Export event is back and bigger than ever. We'll send your vehicle south, making you the most money for your trade. Guaranteed. Oh, and for a limited time, all name brand tires are employee priced. Only at Capital Ford Lincoln. Your adventure starts here.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep. A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
All right, welcome back, everybody. You're looking live at Bearspaw Golf Club here, just outside beautiful Calgary, Alberta. It's the Rocky Mountain Rotary Golf Classic, and this is a tremendous surprise for me. I tell you what, je ne sais quoi. I didn't see his name on the list. Alex Gautier, the GOAT, is here. And for those that don't know, let's bring him on in here. You say it Maria, Quebec?
Yeah, Maria.
Maria,
French.
Quebec, yeah. Played in the Canadian Football League with the Ottawa Renegades from 02 to 05, Stampeders 06, Winnipeg Blue Bombers 07-08, Hamilton Tiger Cats 09-10. One fateful year with the Saskatchewan Roughriders in 2011.
Last one.
Yeah, and an East Division All-Star in 2007. If you can pull the mic in a little more, Goat, if you don't mind. You're out here, is it oil and gas?
Yeah, well, I do oil and gas exploration, so seismic drilling. That's what I do.
So you've been out here pretty much since you retired from the CFL, have you not?
Yeah, but even before. So I moved to Calgary when I was playing for the Stamps, so 5 or 6. And after that, I decided to make Calgary my home because I was working here during the off-season. So where I was going to play, I was coming back during the off-season. So just kept going.
I would look at Laval Rouge or grad too. I wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Listen, if you don't mind, folks, forgive me because I just want to ask him my Rough Rider questions. Have you stayed in touch? I would assume you have with Dan Goodspeed, your bookend offensive tackle.
Yeah.
He's in my face all the time about his Lightning. Did you know him to be a hockey fan? Now he's the biggest Lightning fan.
It's easy to be a hockey fan when your team win, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I stay in touch with him. He's one of my good friends that I made in the league. And, once every few months we're going to chat, call, or text or something. But it's glad to see that it's doing good down there. For them and for him is doing great. You knew that he would always do great. But the 2011 Saskatchewan Roughriders, the reason I bring that up, what a year. Mm-hmm. Greg Marshall's first and only season as head coach. They start 1-7. They fire him, and they bring in Ken Miller. What was it like from your perspective? Well, you know what? It wasn't what I was expecting because when I signed there, the 2 previous year they went to the Grey Cup, was the favorite, and it didn't work out. And they were really trying to make it work for that 2011 season, and it didn't go that way. So I was going there super excited about the potential of winning, and I guess it didn't start good. And the fans of Saskatchewan are the greatest fan when you win, but when you don't win,
it's ugly.
that was pretty brutal. So no, but overall it was a good experience, but not the way. I mean, we didn't play. It didn't go the way we should have. Did.
Well, it's funny. Another story about Goat. For whatever reason, the team put you and I side by side on the plane all the time. So I told you that I was writing a book about Hall of Famers, and I was going to write a different chapter for each Hall of Famer. A for Damon Allen, B for Wally Buono, C for whomever. And you spent the whole flight coming up with numbers. You're like, W, I got it, Westwood. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer,
Well, in my heart.
Exactly. Well, speaking of, with your 2 years in Winnipeg, I had it here. What was it, 07, 08?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So you never got to play in the new stadium, but you must watch games there and go, well, I kind of helped build that place as a Bomber alum, and what's happened there? Wow.
Yeah.
As a franchise.
I know. Beautiful. Yeah. I mean,
just everything.
Yeah, got everything.
Well, I mean the championships too. Like.
Oh yeah. And they'll do good again this year. So I don't know. Sometime like you enter like a good era for your team, and I think Winnipeg is in a good era. Like, you got the new stadium, new coach, you got good player. They're doing good year after year. Are going to do a three-peat? Who knows? But
they're looking like they could. As a matter of fact, who do you identify yourself as? Are you a former Bomber? Like, who do you follow the most? Which team?
You know what? It's funny. Often people ask me about that, and I was always signing the shortest contract, like 2 years, and one and an option, because I was trying to. I took the opportunity with me and my family to travel across Canada and really make friends in different cities, and I wasn't attached to stay at one place. And what's best than going for 2 years somewhere, and you stay there for 2 seasons. So it's not like making, I'll go do a trip in Vancouver and I'll make some friends, but you actually go and know people, meet good people. So I don't identify as one team. I mean, now I live in Calgary, so for sure I'll cheer for the Stamps because it's a local team. But when I stopped playing, I was more cheering for my friends that were still playing. So if for whatever reason that was, Saskatchewan against Hamilton, which I played both teams, but I was, I wanted the guys that I knew to play good.
To do
but
well,
now,
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But now there's not that many left. So
we're getting up there in years.
So now I just go and have fun, and, I like watching the left tackle, just the game in general.
Well, similarly, that's people joke why I cheer for so many different NHL teams, and it's more for my friends, players and coaches than anything. But the reason I ask you about the Bombers is their president, Wade Miller. I give him the credit because I believe it starts at the top, and you would have played with him. Did you ever think when you were playing with him that this guy's going to end up leading the Bombers to the promised land?
Well, you know what? I never put any thoughts too much into it, but yes, I mean, he had the potential, but he did fantastic. And but talking about Winnipeg, when you say, where did I better play or something, but my daughter born when I was in Winnipeg, we went to the Cup in 07, didn't win, but anyway, so that was, 07, I would say, was my favorite season and was named All-Star as well at that year. So for sure, I got a great memory from Winnipeg, and my daughter cheers for Winnipeg.
Because she was born there.
Yeah, she's born there, so that's her team.
Similar to your good friend Mike Abu-Meshrik, whom I just heard from this morning, and we're going to get you guys spend some time together here.
He's one of the one that I see the most often. Goodspeed, I talk to him quite often, but Mike, being in Calgary, so I see him more often. But I haven't seen him actually in a while, so we're due to catch up.
We will be seeing him soon. Now, I just got to ask you this: the Stampeders, 2-0, Winnipeg, 2-0, Saskatchewan, 2-0. Who's the best team, do you think, in this West Division right now?
You know what? To be honest, I've been watching the two Stamps game. I haven't really watched all the games. Hard to say. In the beginning of the season, you know better than me. It's not how you start; it's how you finish. So that doesn't mean anything. And you look at the Stamps, the way they played. They came back at the end. That was not the.
Not ideal.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you don't think, you look at halftime and you're like, are they going to win? But they were 2-0. So, it's too early to say. I don't want to just.
It is. Well, it's just a fun question to ask. But the Stamps against Montreal here were down 10 at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
In Hamilton, they were down 24-3 at halftime.
Yeah.
At some point, that's going to bite them. I would think.
Well, either or. It's either you build your confidence that you can come back. It's all about confidence. You're in the zone, you can beat, even if you're behind, because the game's they're not always going to go like you want, and you will be behind even if you're the best team. So knowing how to overcome those, deficits.
It brings a team together,
exactly. And it builds confidence because, if you do good all year and actually you arrive at the end and now you're struggling and it's out of your comfort zone, oh, wow, what's happening? But they've seen those. But you don't want to take an habit of doing that all the time.
No.
Because, yes, I mean, at some time you can't come back.
Well, the one thing, there's a guy roaming around here. You might have heard of him. His name's Bo Levi Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
And every time people, Jeff Reinbold was on our show Friday, and he said the injuries are catching up to Bo. He's showing his age. And I just feel like he goes out and jams it down people's throat. I think he likes to hear that.
Oh, yeah. No, he's playing awesome. Like, you know, and that's the thing. Nobody's perfect. Like, you know, you'll have some, you know, great pass. You'll have a bad pass, whatever. Nobody's 100%. And seems like people like to focus on Bo's bad one, you know, for whatever reason. But he's playing great. Like, you know,
MVP form early on.
Yeah.
We'll let you go. Get ready to knock it around this golf course.
yeah.
Good, nice surprise seeing you. I didn't know you were going to be here, man. Thanks for the time.
Cheers.
All right, the great
bye.
Alex Gautier. We got Taco Time viewer takeover coming for our final segment next. You're watching the RP Show live from Bearspaw Golf Club in Calgary on Game Plus Television Network, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpeterson.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Peterson Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Peterson Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Peterson Show today.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Every kitchen is a restaurant. Ish. With Cavendish Farms restaurant-style fries.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Are you ready? It's finally time for your next adventure, and it starts at Capital GMC. Custom order the perfect new vehicle for you, or reserve one of the hundreds that's already built and on its way. Can't wait? Get into a GM certified pre-owned vehicle that's on our lot and ready to rock. Plus, the American Export event is back and bigger than ever. We'll send your vehicle south, making you the most money for your trade. Guaranteed. Oh, and for a limited time, all name brand tires are employee priced. Only at Capital GMC. Your adventure starts here.
Business owners and marketers. Okay, we know you think we're pretty cool. That's why we want you to share in the coolness factor. Partner with the Rod Peterson Show and market your business every weekday to sports lovers just like yourself. Take advantage of our many cost-effective commercial and promotional opportunities. Tell the world about your business. Yes, the world. Thanks to Game Plus TV and the Rod Peterson Digital Network. Contact us today and find out how you can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show, The Rod Peterson Show.
one final time. We're live from Bearspaw Golf Club and the Rocky Mountain Rotary Golf Classic. Doesn't exactly roll off your tongue. I've said it enough today. Well, we're very excited to welcome in here Catriona Le May Doan. I got it right finally. I remembered from the last time.
Pretty much.
Catriona? Is that not right?
Catriona.
Catriona.
There, you got it.
I thought I had it right. I wanted to get you in here because Natasha Staniszewski was in that chair 20 minutes ago, and she's like, I'm the only girl in this thing today. I said, no. Catriona is the other, but golf isn't really your thing?
Well, it used to be. So do you remember Gretzky's tournament way back?
No, you'll have to remind me.
It was part of the nationwide tour. We were up in Collingwood, so I actually won that tournament. I won a Mustang. I won a car.
So you're just one of those natural athletes.
I had really worked. That was an intense tournament. I had really worked at it. Now life's too busy, so I just hit my first 6 balls of the year.
How'd they go?
They were perfect, but I just got rid of 6 perfect hits.
Yeah, you wasted them.
Yeah. They're gone. So my poor team.
I get the sense that this tournament, from what I've seen, is not as intense as the Wayne Gretzky tournament in Collingwood. This seems pretty
that one,
informal.
I sure hope so. That's the only reason I agreed to come.
Yeah. What was the Gretzky one like? Now you got me.
Oh, no, it
curious.
was. You were actually paired with a full pro
golfer.
Yeah. So it was their actual tournament. But then once they were out, their score didn't affect you, but it was intense. We were live on Golf Channel for the final. Oh, I'll never forget it. I'm still in therapy, so it was intense.
PTSD. Yeah.
It was.
How long ago was that?
About 14, 13 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with this, I got to think when this charity called you up and said, would you be involved? You're like, I'm in, especially with your job.
Yeah, well, exactly. Everything for me is about sport. It's about community. So, it's a great cause, and you help everybody out when you can. So it was one of those days that I could actually move things around and make it happen. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm excited to be a part of it.
The last time that we saw you were on our program, and the Olympics had just wrapped up. Mm-hmm. And I would have thought that you got a woo-saw just a moment after that, but it doesn't sound like you have.
No, because those of us who volunteered for the Olympics, we come back to real work. So that was my holiday. So no, it's been intense because with Sport Calgary, we report to the city. So we've had all our civic reporting. We're trying to raise some money for sport. We actually just finished our free weekend of Come Try It Sport, where we connect with sport groups and thousands of kids around the city try different sports. So it's been great. But it's been intense. So that's the work side. Lots of board meetings. I was at PEI last week, Montreal and Quebec City. Took me for board meetings. 14 hours to get to PEI. That's how much fun air travel is right now.
Did you go through Toronto?
I went through Montreal. And it was a disaster, but every flight was a disaster. So anyway, no, it's been good, and kids are just finishing exams and just finishing up sports and just real life.
Well, as chef de mission for the Beijing Games, you weren't for the Paralympics as well, though.
No,
right?
no. Josh Dewick, who's a Paralympian, was the chef for the Paralympics.
Yeah. Well, I was telling you before we went to air here that I drove to Orlando for the express reason of having a direct flight to Calgary and to avoid Toronto. And because going back there, the last time we left, I walked by this one gate, and the lady was on the mic to the people, and she's like, we can't get you to London today or tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. And they didn't really seem to care, the Air Canada people, right?
Well, it's just
what are you going to do?
It's airlines and airports, and nobody can keep up, and it's a little bit nuts, but that's okay.
Well, you said you're going to Hawaii, if you know what I'm saying. Well, you're a pretty open person for a holiday.
Yeah.
And you're taking your kids.
Yeah.
What do you think Hawaii in the summer's like?
I have no idea.
Have you checked the weather?
No, I don't care.
It's not here, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think we all just, there have been some great things this year. There have been some really tough things. So I think for my kids and I, it's just a 10-day escape.
Good for you.
Yep. Just sort of check out and do anything and do nothing.
Mm-hmm. Good for you. Well, let me just ask you before I let you go and get along your thing here. I wouldn't say have they got over the Flames playoff loss, because from what I hear is they're not over it. What was the city like after they lost to the Oilers in 5?
Well, you know what? I think It's tough to say. You know, there's that great rivalry, and a rivalry is always fun. I think everybody was so excited about how the Flames were playing leading in, but of course it's disappointing. But, you know, everybody then had to cheer for Canadian team. Well, that's how I felt. So maybe not everybody in this city thought the same way, but, you know, I think it's great. It's exciting for next year. We needed that for the city. We needed that for the economy. Yeah. So, of course, we'd always want to go farther. I mean, that's like saying, do you want to be 8th or do you want to be 1st? Well, of course. I'm not saying they were 8th, but whatever they were. So, no, it was great. But, you know, next look at the next goal for next year.
Well, losing's bad enough. And the reason I bring it up is, but losing to them is different, right? So that's why I wanted, because I wasn't here. We were gone, and now we're back, and I'm like, oh boy, I feel bad for them.
And I was watching on TV, obviously. I was at a game. My kids went to the Red Lot, I think, once, which was super fun for them.
That looked amazing, yeah.
Yeah, they said it was great. But, you know, I think to even play against McDavid, to play against a person like that who just, I mean, it's amazing. And I think, you know, I don't care who you are, what team you play for, to watch greatness is always exciting.
He's great. Well, and by the way, do you have an NHL team that you identify with as your one team that you pull for more than any other?
Well, I'll have to say Calgary because I live here, but I mean, Saskatchewan doesn't have a team.
Right. So you're pretty much a free agent to pick whoever you want, which is what I always liked about that.
Let's just talk Riders.
Okay. Well.
Oh, you didn't ask?
I meant Coyotes. I was waiting for you to say Coyotes.
When Shane was playing, obviously we were, you know, that's my kid's dad's first cousin. So obviously we're Shane fans, and Shane was at the games. And I mean, he's just such a classy guy. So
he loves
we're
you.
Shane fans.
Yeah. The way he talked about you, I thought you were like brother and sister.
Yeah.
I thought you two were blood relatives, the way he talks about you.
No,
but it's funny what you say about Saskatchewan in the NHL. When they had the Heritage Classic game at Mosaic Stadium, I had occasion to have Gary Bettman, and we chatted about it. And I said, you know, thanks for coming here, because for 100 years we had to go to you guys to watch a game, but you came here, and it was so nice, and they sold it out, and it was a hell of a game. So anyways, Kat, that's what I think I'm going to call you from now on.
That works.
Thanks for always saying hi, and looks like it's going to be a great day.
Yeah,
right?
You know what? I think it's, of course, looks like it's in great shape, so we can hack it up.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Dig it up.
Great.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, look at these people.
Right.
Oh,
the Saskatchewan people have shown up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Enjoy yourself. Thank you. Okay. We are going to, before we roll out, I'm just going to wrap this up with a sports update. The Tampa Bay Lightning will attempt to dig out of a 2-0 hole against the Colorado Avalanche tonight in Game 3, the Stanley Cup Final. It is 8 p.m. Eastern. The Blue Jays are back on the road and will begin a 3-game series with the White Sox tonight. It's an 8-10 first pitch. Righty Jose Barrios hits the mound for the Jays. Thanks to our guests on the program today, Natasha Staniszewski, obviously Catriona Le May Doan, Alex Gautier. We'll see you tomorrow, noon Eastern, back at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino here on Game Plus Television.
Who has more fun than us?
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. I like it. Let's go, LFG. Hell yes. Awesome.